I'm going to talk about how we built the W2 summit site up in the Catskill Mountains on a 2,100-foot mountaintop. Back in the day when I took these photos and videos, I had no idea that I'd be streaming live or producing material for YouTube. As we build stations in 2025, we're going to get more detailed, but you're going to see some pretty cool stuff, even a drone video at the end. That's the driveway coming in. This is the first time I'm looking at this property on Martin Luther King Day 2010. This is what it looks like from the terrain map. 2,100 feet above sea level gives you a great idea on how this land slopes. Here it is before I bought it. Here it is after I bought it. And now let's go on to the presentation of how we got this up with just me, my wife, and a lot of manpower. You notice I have the Russia 2010 t-shirt on, so you know this was vintage 2010. Here I am digging by hand. Here comes the concrete truck. Concrete being delivered. Here I am pouring by hand. Pouring concrete by hand. Pouring concrete into the hole. Here I'm digging more guy anchor points. Another tower in concrete. Moving tower sections. Of course, I brought my trailer up to make the job quicker. Here's another section in concrete. Here's Lori helping me. She didn't look too happy in that photo. Here I am on the tower installing a drone section. Here's the first antenna we pulled up. High gain with the guy wires. Got it on the tower. First antenna, W2 Summit, 2010. Here's the second tower being installed. This is a very tall tower. Here's Lori putting the IKEA desk together inside the house. Couple photos of the desk. Ameritron amplifiers and Yaesu 1000 MP radios. Here I am getting sections together. A lot of used stuff went to this build. There's the 5/5/5 on 10, 5/5/5 on 15. Here's Lori helping again. Like I said, this is the trend. Was me and Lori up there every weekend, and we spent time up there building the station. Remember, we're both working full time. This is a vacation home in the mountains. Here's Lori putting the Philly strand on the big reps. Here I am putting a Roan 45 section in. Oh, back in the day, you had to wire up the Yaesu rotors before they realized that nobody could do it. Those connectors were way too difficult. So now you just buy the cables pre-made. There's Lori building a 3-element M square for 40 meters. We used the quad for everything. There she is pulling up the antenna with the quad. Now here she is building a Force 12, 4-element 20. Helicopter shows up in October. I have no idea who it is. Turns out it's Pat into IEN with Lee. They made a surprise visit, and we took the helicopter out. Okay, this is the shack. Here's Pat into IEN in the shack. Here's our 5/5/5 on 10 and 15 meters. Here's more concrete being delivered. Tower number 4 is being built before the winter comes in. Pouring the concrete. Lori's helping me move the 80-pound bags. This is the tower number 4. We got to pull up the C31XR. Here's Lori moving the C31XR into place. Here I am with the C31XR on there. C31XR is up on the tower. There's Lori waiting for me. Or maybe it was a Force 12. I don't remember. 2-element Force 12. This is the early stages of remote ham radio. If you notice, there's really not much there. It was just a remote rig and an ICOM 706. This is how it all started. Antennas. So here's a bunch of GXPs. This is a GXP 6-element 20. 6-element 20 Bobby's building. Here we are building it on the deck. This is the 3-element 40 being built with the coils. There's my 2 boys helping me. We got all these antennas together in the back, and then we installed them. So we took down the old antennas, the M squares and the Force 12s, and put GXPs up. This is 6/6 on 20, quad driven with a 3-element 40, and this is the view to the left of the new antennas. This is a view of the 3 towers. Like I said earlier, if I'd known I was going to be a YouTuber, I would have got more detailed information. But this was the early days. Here I am on the tower. Lori took out the drone and took a couple photos. You'll see her flying the drone here momentarily. This is a great photo. You notice to the right, that's the 3-element antenna with the 4/4 on 20. Those antennas are no longer up today. I replaced those antennas. I replaced them with GXP. E16-3. There I am, giving a big wave to everybody. This is the early stages of RHR, a bunch of flex radios and amplifiers. But this was inside the house. Keep in mind, this was inside the house. I had to move all of this equipment out to a building. And this is me the day we swapped everything out. There's the Ellicraft, and now we're going to flex radio. Okay, here's the house, now all done up. It's on Airbnb. I painted it, made it really nice. This is the house prior to going live on Airbnb. So what I had to do was, for me to go live on Airbnb, I had to bring in another building. This is where the radio equipment went in. So I made this building a radio equipment building along with a gym. Couple photos. Early stages of us getting the equipment in the new building. We redid this whole building, tongue and groove. I'll show you the photos. Here I am to the left. You'll see the cables coming out of the house. We have to remove them out and now bring them into the new building. That was a lot of work. Here's the equipment being removed out of the old. Here's the equipment in the old building. And here's the equipment in the new building. This is a nice view of the house in the new building to the left. This is the inside of the building. Now we're doing tongue and groove. Tongue and groove, beautiful. I liked how it came out, the inside of the cabin. Here we are putting a 7-element 6-meter together. This is the gym of the inside the cabin. So inside the cabin, we built a gym. But on the back side of the cabin, this is where the equipment went. So it shares with the cleaners for the Airbnb. This is what it looks like on a spring morning, with the house there to the right, the cabin to the left, and we're just making things happen. So this video right here gives you an idea of the location. Here I am using an Insta360, getting a view of this epic location. It's located about 180 miles north of New York City. And here we are doing the 360, 2,100 feet above sea level, insane drop off. Here's the epic location from a drone. This one has it all, certainly does. 4 radio towers, 2,100 feet above sea level. And this is how remote ham radio started. This was what was the start of remote ham radio. It's an epic QTH. Well, there you go. That was the W2 Summit station build. Keep in mind, in 2010, I had no idea that I was going to be a YouTuber. But fortunate enough, we were able to get some cool photos from back in the day when we built that station. Moving forward in 2025, we will be getting more detailed and getting you right there in the action with us. If you really enjoyed this video and you want to see more, check these 2 videos out. Appreciate it. Thanks. 73 Ray W2RE.